Hey guys, it's King. This is another how-to video on the Monster Hunter weapons, and today we're using LongSword. I have the button commands up for like the basic combos and stuff, mainly because I need to show you the bar that's right under the weapon sharpness, and that is like your spirit gauge, and I'll get into that later. But the LongSword is not a hard weapon to use. It's pretty easy. I like it, and it's just a simple weapon. You have your normal draw attack, which is R2, and that uses your Spirit Blade, and I'll get into the Spirit Blade later. And then, as you're walking, you can strike with your longsword like that when you draw it out with triangle. The combos aren't, really hard. You just have your normal overhead slash. The circle doesn't do anything really much. It's just, a spirit jab, or spirit thrust, is what they like to call it. But the combos are really easy. As you can see, there's the simple triangle combo, and now you can keep going on with this for as long as you like. Now the Spirit Blade combo, it needs the red bar, it needs that bar right there, the Spirit Gauge, to be full to actually utilize it. So that way you can make a combo that goes like this. Now you see the bar is now glowing white. If I remember correctly, that actually increases your attack. And you can get it up to about red, but the higher you get it up, the faster it goes down, so you got to keep it at a consistent rate. The strikes, all those strikes that you saw don't actually matter. It's the very last strike that actually matters. And I'll demonstrate it while I get this back up. Now the last strike is actually the only one that matters, because that last strike is what makes the bar actually glow. So, as you can see right now, I'm going to come up and hit it. The last strike made it glow. That's all you need. As long as you hit that last strike, you'll be completely fine. The longsword is a cool weapon. It's not too hard to use, like I said before, and it's just easy, like, honestly. Now, you have your triangle circle combo. Well, it's not really a combo, it's just a button input. But it's just like, a dodge slash or a fade slash, whatever. And that works into the spirit gauge, or, spirit blade. And it doesn't really do anything, but for the combo right there, it just does this. Now that Spirit Helm Breaker is a really cool attack. I believe it's one of your strongest attacks. And as you can see, the bar was glowing a lot right there. It does take up a full bar. It brings down your, I guess you could say your glowing bar down like another color. And it just recharges your spirit gauge really fast. And that's pretty much what it does. You don't necessarily have to do a combo to actually, like, use it. You don't have to, combo your way in for the Spirit Helm Breaker. So, you should be fine. As long as you land it, it's going to be good. You don't really get knocked out of the air anymore. If I remember correctly, in the newest update, you do not get knocked out of the air while in Spirit Helm Breaker, striking distance. In the old update, you would, if you were hit by a monster in the air, it would just cancel out that whole attack. As for wall runs, there's not very much you can actually do. Like, you can just run up the wall and attack, and it doesn't really do much. It's just, it's kind of like a mounting attack. For the Spirit Strike, you can actually use the Spirit Strike while in the air, which is the cool part. But with a full bar, that's when you can actually fully utilize it. And, oh, there is one more cool thing that you can actually do. It's a little harder to do than actually, like, pulling it off, because you're gonna need to be in a combo and as you're in that combo, this attack will actually help you a lot if you're, trying to dodge something. So right here, I'm using my normal triangle combo, and it keeps going, keeps going. If you push circle and R2 at the same time, in any direction, it's a forward slash. Now the forward slash is basically just a dodge. So, say you're fighting a Teostra and it's about to use its supernova. If you get the timing just right, as soon as you do that, you do not get affected by any damage. And that is basically a counter to, most damaging attacks. Another thing about the Spirit Gauge is that the Spirit Gauge, when you use it for Spirit Blade, it gives you Mind's Eye. So that way, none of your attacks will get deflected. Like, let's say you're fighting Kirin, and it has its raged form, and your attacks get, knocked off. If you use a Spirit Slash, none of it will get knocked off. Alright, so now for sliding attacks, you do have a pretty cool one. You have your normal, run down the hill, and then push triangle. But, if you have your Spirit Gauge up, you can actually use that Spirit Gauge into an attack, and it's actually really cool. So when you slide down, push R2, and, I'm pretty sure that counts for mounting damage, but if you keep pushing R2, you can actually keep going on with the combo, and it's actually just really cool in my opinion. So it's kind of like this. It gives you the instant Spirit Round Slash. So as long as you land that one hit, like I said, you're fine. Your bar will change colors and your attack will go up. Now for jump attacks, doesn't really have much. You can just jump off, attack, or if you want to, you can just use your Spirit Blade as you jump off, like, oh. Alright, so I was gonna say if you wanted to, you can just jump off and use your Spirit Blade. And it's just pretty normal. It's the same thing as when you were jumping off the wall, or pretty much when you're sliding down. That is pretty much it for the longsword. I'm pretty sure I missed a lot of stuff. I probably missed more things than I should have, but the weapon in itself is very, very simple. It is not hard. So if you want to try out this weapon, I recommend it. It's pretty easy to use. It's really cool to use. It's you get a good amount of damage off of it. You have great mobility. The Otogaron set that I'm using right now is a high rank set, and the reason I have this on is because I have a draw attack, which increases my critical chance, or something like that, and it'll actually boost up my sharpness real fast. So it's it just brings it down to one, sharp point, like this. And see how the sharpness is like a green bar around it? That means that I don't lose any sharpness for that duration, as long as the green bar is there. I do recommend using the Otogaron set for, the longsword. I feel like it's the best set to use for the longsword, but don't take it from me. I'd rather use, I'd rather say that you use a mixed set sometimes, but honestly, a full set for the longsword is kind of better for me. But if you want to go for a critical set, then I do recommend, making a mixed set for that, or something like that. But if you're just looking for sharpness, and just, an easy set to get, then Otogaron is the place to go. That is pretty much it for the longsword. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave a like and subscribe. If I missed anything, please leave a comment. I'm not very good with these videos, but this is all I got. And I hope you guys have a nice day. See ya.